What's up, y'all? Jake Miller here in the building, here to answer your questions. First of all, a big shout out to Saturday Night Online, as well as my man Romeo. Thank you guys so much for always supporting me. And alright, let's get to these questions. And thank you guys again. I'm going to answer your questions and say who they're from. So here we go. Alright, Symphony from Burlington. How do you deal with negativity? Does it affect you? Back in the day, it really used to affect me. I was never really the type of kid that wanted to put myself out in the spotlight in like high school, just because I know that there's such mean people out there. But you really just gotta do what you love, regardless of what anyone thinks about it. Because in a few years you'll probably never know that person, so you don't want them to stop you from doing something that can determine the rest of your life. So I mean, I kind of just brush it off my shoulders at this point, and you should try to practice doing the same thing because it's a very good thing to do. Maddie from Haverhill. If you could go anywhere for a whole month, where would you go? I would probably go to like Europe, anywhere overseas, to be honest, because I've been doing so much touring through the country recently. I pretty much hit every state of the country like twice. So I mean, I love America. Obviously, that's where I live, but I want to kind of explore what's outside and do some shows in like the UK, stuff like that. So that'd be cool. Daisy from Monroe. How does it feel to have many fans that love your music? It feels amazing. I mean, that's obviously the dream for every artist. Every person wants to not only make the music that they love and put all their experiences and stories into the music, but they want it to be heard. So the fact that I have all these followers in the military, the best fan base in the world, and it's growing every day, and it's just more people who are hearing my story and my movement and what I'm about. So it's amazing. I mean, I used to look up to artists the way that some kids look up to me, so that's just a blessing, and I think about it every day. It's the coolest thing in the world. Vanna from Wisconsin. What's a message to everyone who ever doubted you or told you that you can't be anything? What's the message? I mean, I'm not really about like bragging and like being cocky, so I wouldn't want to be like, look at me. But I mean, I think the best revenge is seeing someone else succeed, to be honest. I've heard that. So if you ever hated on me or told me that I can't do something, just the fact that you probably are seeing me on TV and hearing me on the radio, and I don't need to say anything. I mean, that's the greatest revenge. So, I mean, enough said with that. Jennifer from Sao Paulo. Do you have any funny stories from your childhood that you can tell us? When I was in like 5th grade, I was playing Capture the Flag at my school, and I had these pants that buttoned all the way down from my waist to my feet, and a kid went to grab my flag. We were playing flag football, and he pulled off my pants. He ripped them right down the buttons, and my pants came off, and I was basically standing in the middle of this big field in front of all my classmates in 5th grade, pretty much naked. So it wasn't really a funny story. It was more embarrassing. So yeah. Kenzie from Huntington. What inspires you to write your incredible songs? Well, thank you. And my fans really inspire me. I mean, they always tell me how my music gets them through all these crazy situations. So hearing that, it just makes me want to write more music and help people even more get through their day, or if they're feeling bad about something or feeling depressed. I mean, I think that's really cool because I have some songs that are about, I have one called Like Me that's an anti-bullying song. I have one called Steven that's a suicide awareness song. One called I'm Alright that's basically just saying no matter what, you'll be alright. So I think it's really important to put out songs with a message, as my fans know, because that's what I'm all about. Danielle from New York. What kind of cologne do you wear? I wear like this. I wonder if I have it. No, I don't. I have like this little green body spray called Bod. I just get it at like Walgreens. It's called Fresh Guy, and everyone thinks it's some expensive cologne, but it's like $4. Mackenzie from Milford. Before you decided to chase your dream to become a singer, what did you plan on going to college to major in? I actually never even got that far in my life. I barely even figured out what college I wanted to go to. I finally got accepted to all these colleges. I finally made the decision that I wanted to go to Florida State University, and then some stuff came up with my career. Everything started blowing up, so I went to University of Miami actually for a minute, for like 1 semester, and that's when I booked my first tour. So things got so busy that we had to put school on hold, and so I never really knew what I was going to major in because music has really only been the only thing that I've ever been passionate about. So maybe something in music. I don't really know. Viveka from Chicago. Do you think you'd ever want to act in a movie or on television? Yeah, definitely. I mean, once I establish myself as a musician and everyone around the world knows me for my music, then I would definitely be open to considering acting and getting into movies. I think that'd be really cool. Danny from Jackson, New Jersey. How much do you love your military? I love my military. They've always been there for me. It's growing every day, so shout out to even the new fans. But I gotta show my love to the fans who have been there since the beginning. You guys are just incredible, and every day you remind me why I do this, and so I love you guys. Taylor from South Beach. Do you have any fears? Um, you know what? I have like this fear of like someone breaking into my house while I'm sleeping, just because I feel like I'll like wake up and be in such like a daze that I wouldn't know how to like defend myself, and it's so dark that I don't know like where anyone is or like what I'm supposed to do or if they have any weapons. So I mean, I hope no one ever breaks into my house. So that's kind of scary. Alexis from Monroe Township. Stephen is a wonderful song, thank you. I love it and it gets me through a lot. Is there a background story behind the lyrics? There is, unfortunately. I knew a kid in high school who committed suicide. I didn't know him personally, but I knew of him. And I didn't really know what made him commit suicide, and that's the whole point of the song. You never really know what someone else is going through. You never know what you say to them or what you do can be like the final straw. So it's basically just a song. Be nice to everybody you see, because you never really know what they're going through, and you don't want to be that deciding factor for them if they're contemplating suicide. So that's what the song is about. If you haven't checked it out, it's really powerful. Go check it out. It's called Steven. Amy from Dallas. What do you like to do when you are on vacation or have downtime? Ugh. I don't have much downtime nowadays, which is a good thing because the busier I am, the luckier I am. But I mean, I like to go to the gym. I like to go to the mall, movies, sushi, Chipotle. I just like to do normal kid stuff. Sleep. I don't get much sleep these days, so I like to sleep. Haley from Valley Cottage. What made you get involved with music? Music has always been in my blood. It's always ran in my family. I've always loved all types of music, whether it's been Eminem, who kind of made me fall in love with hip-hop, John Mayer. I've always listened to kind of like alternative bands like The Almost and The Starting Line, Taking Back Sunday. So it's crazy how I started rapping because most of the music I grew up listening to wasn't hip-hop, but I think now the sound that I have is kind of molded by all the bands and all the genres that I used to listen to into one. So, yeah. Allie from Wilmington. If you had to live in a world where it was either always night and warm or always day and cold, which would you pick? I think if it was always day and cold, because I like being cold. I like being all like bundled up in hoodies. And then if it was always dark, that would just be depressing. So I would want it to be light out all the time. Kimberly from Santa Barbara. Do you have any superstitions? I actually step on every airplane with my right foot. My dad taught me that. I'm not sure where he got that from, but it's worked so far. It's good luck, so that's what I do. Tara from Center Mauritius. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. What is the strangest thing a fan has ever given to you? I've been proposed to with a diamond ring. They gave me their baby once to sign on the head, on the forehead. Whenever fans show me like their tattoos of their lyrics from me, that's like the craziest thing you can give me, just because that's like such an honor to be... The words that I once just sat in a studio and thought of are now like tattooed permanently onto people's skin. That's pretty much the coolest thing that you can give me. So I think that would be not the strangest, but just the coolest. Lizzie from Jerusalem. When are you going back on tour? That's a good question. I kind of know. I can't really tell you, but all I can tell you is that when I do go on tour, not only will it be epic, not only will it be bigger, better crowds, better venues, but I'll have new music to perform, other than my new single, First Fly Home. So we're waiting. We're building up the anticipation for sure. But when I go back on tour, it's going to be epic. I promise. Mary from Fresno. How did you feel the very first time you performed First Flight Home live? It felt amazing. Just with all my music, it's crazy to think of the idea and write it and perform. And record it and kind of have it sitting in my iPod for all these months and being the only one in the world who knows the words and just listening to it so many times, trying to figure out if people will like it, trying to find things that I could change about it before it's released. And so when people finally hear it for the first time, it's like, it's so new to you guys, but it's so old to me, and it's kind of like, it's like my baby because I created it, and I'm just like, I've become so attached to my song. So like listening to everyone the first time I performed First Fly Home sing like the slow part at the end, that was just like, it gave me chills. It actually still gives me chills every time just because it's still kind of a new song. So I'm glad that everyone's loving it. And if you don't love it, unfortunately, hopefully you do, then I have a lot more music coming out that hopefully will fit your taste a little bit better. But yeah. Nolan from Bakersfield. What's your workout to do? What's your workout to do? Okay. I don't have like a specific workout that I always do. I mean, I kind of do like chest and tricep one day, and then like back and bicep another day, and legs and cardio another day. I kind of switch it up because you're not supposed to do the same thing. Like, I'm not really into fitness that much to the point where like I have like a scheduled routine. I kind of just go into the gym with my iPod on and hit whatever machine is open. But yeah, I mean, as long as you're working out, to be honest, just get in the gym. Michaela from Sun Prairie. What is your favorite song to perform live? Definitely Collide. Just to come out to that. Pretty much all the shows that I've done recently, I come out to Collide, and it kind of just sets the tone for the rest of the show. I'm jumping up and down, the fans jumping up and down, they're all singing along, so it's just a very hyped song, and it sets a great tone for the rest of the show. Julia from Dayton, Minnesota. If you could be anyone for a day, who would it be and why? I think I'll probably be an athlete just because this music industry I've gotten pretty familiar with. So to be anyone in the music industry, it wouldn't be too different unless it's like Justin Bieber or something. But I would want to see like what the sports industry is like for a day. Maybe like LeBron James or Dwayne Wade because I'm a Heat fan. Well, LeBron's not on the Heat anymore. But I guess I would be Dwayne Wade for a day just because I've always loved him. He's one of my favorite athletes, and he's awesome. So, D-Wade. Elvia from Greenville. Would you change anything in your life right now? No. Absolutely not. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything's falling into place. Everything is just coming along very nicely. And I have so many things, so many exciting things planned that I can't wait to share with everybody. So, I mean, it gets stressful every now and then because I'm not home too often. So, I mean, maybe I would be home a few more days out of each month if I could change it. But, I mean, I'm working really hard right now. We're grinding. And the harder I work, the bigger I get as an artist, which is ultimately what I want. So, as much as I say I want more downtime, I don't think I really do because, it's helping my career how hard I'm working. So, yeah. Hank from Hayward, California. If you could listen to only one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? I'm not really sure what you call this genre, but like I never get sick of John Mayer. I never get sick of his music. I've been listening to it for as long as I can remember, and I could just listen to some of his songs. Stop This Train is my favorite song of all time, and I could just listen to some of his music forever. I mean, it's timeless music. Hip-hop is obviously awesome. I fell in love with hip-hop, but some songs are kind of more like in the moment, and 6 months later, you kind of found a new song. So whatever kind of genre, John Mayer, let me think, who else? Like Jack Johnson. I just love like that chill music. It kind of just puts me at ease. Anna from Brooklyn. What's the hardest thing you find achieving in your music? Sometimes since I'm in the studio so often and I make so many songs, it's sometimes hard to come up with topics that have never been done before, obviously, because there's so many songs out there in the world, and I'm trying to be creative and stay original. So sometimes I'll literally get in the studio and like work 10 hours and not come up with a single line or topic. And then the next day I'll go in the studio and within an hour, a whole creative, original song will be written. So it really just depends on that day in the studio. Alexander from Rockaway. Do you have a technique you use every time you write a song? No, I kind of just reach deep down within myself. You got to be true to yourself as an artist, so you got to rap or sing about whatever you know and what you experience. So that's what I do. I put into my music the things that I experience in my life. And that's what makes them so real and genuine, because they're real stories and stuff like that. Olivia from Buffalo. Which one of your videos was the most fun to film? I would say First Flight Home, just because it was the biggest. It was the biggest production. There were like 100 people, part of the crew. I get there and it was just so professional, makeup, wardrobe, all these people, and so it was kind of like an I made it moment, because it was the first time I shot a music video with Warner Brothers, and just to see how it went from me and my sister shooting music videos back in the day at our local park to just like 100 people all working to make my video better. It's just crazy. Logan from Allentown. Will there be a tour before the end of the year? As I said, I can't really give out any hints about that, but when I do tour soon, it will be epic, I promise. Jenny from Cooper City, what's the biggest goal to set for yourself to accomplish in your music career? I have a few things on my musical bucket list. I want to win a Grammy, obviously. I want a song to go platinum. I want to perform at BB&T Center, which is like my local arena that I grew up going to. I've seen 100,000 concerts there. I've seen all these sports events there. I went to my first concert there. I saw NSYNC, so I drive by it every day, and I always think how cool it would be to finally one day perform inside there. So, and then perform at Madison Square Garden. That's also on my bucket list, so never know. Nohemi from Austin, Texas, what does your key necklace symbolize? I've always wanted to know that. Okay, I'm not wearing it right now, but my key that I wear, it actually is called, I think it's called a giving key, and mine says dream, and whenever you find someone or you come across someone that needs kind of encouragement or help, you pass it on to them. So let's say, God forbid, someone I know was diagnosed with cancer, I would stop wearing the necklace, I would give it to them, and they would wear it. And then when they find someone that they should pass it along to, then they pass along to them. So it just gets passed along to people who need it, and I think it's really special. And it says dream, which I'm a dreamer, so yeah. Oh, that's the last one. Thank you guys so much for submitting questions. It means a lot to me. Shout out to Saturday Night Online and Romeo. And thank you. Go check out my new single, First Flight Home. I'm Jake Miller. You guys are the best, and peace out.